This is a hive you don't see every day. Well, at least not in Victoria. And this is an air hive. Beautiful hive. Bees have done a fantastic job. Worked their way up and then worked their way down. It's literally all on the outside of the building. There was no room for them to go into the building. When you look at it through the window, you can see how the comb's attached. It's a very beautiful hive. So there we go. We've framed up 4 half-ish frames, just in a way to give them room to expand pre-winter, to build them up. And now we've just got to catch the queen, which we've seen twice but had comb in our hands at the time, and because we're quite high up, yes, and balancing on the edge of a scaffolding, there was no way I was doing sudden movements to drop everything to get the queen. So yeah, now it's a matter of just collecting the queen, scooping some bees, and then working out a way to set up the 5-frame nuke on this wall so that the rest of the bees will orientate to the new box. Time will tell. And Queenie's in cage. She was a quick easy get. Most of the bees are there. She was just on the right, just walking up and down that little crease trying to find a way to get away from the light. But anyway, maybe hard to see her in there with so many bees on there, but yeah, she's in there doing what she does. So what we do, we hang her in the hive like so. We'll put that foundation frame in, put the lid on, and then work out a way to suspend the box. There, this is going to be fun, but we can work this out. Okay, I brought an extra box up because I was going to sit this box on top of it. By the time I got the extra box, you'll see the bees have already worked it out. They're already starting to fan and tell the other bees where their new home is and where their queen is. Awesome. I just need to push that hive a fraction closer to the wall so they can walk on. There we go. Brilliant. There we go. I did end up putting it on the box and levelled it out with some other timber. They've mostly left the comb, so all I need to do now is scrape this comb off so that they don't keep working it, and then leave it until nightfall. I do have another one to do in this house in the room just below us, down there, but that's from the inside. So fun times ahead. Okay, these foragers are coming back, landing on the old scraped stuff. We've still got bees running down to the hive, which is a good thing. Let's see it a few hours and see where we're at. We're now inside. The other hive is pretty much up there, and this hive is pretty much here. Between the floors, they're coming in through a weep hole that doesn't have a weep hole cover in it. So obviously we always cut bigger than the actual hive, and it looks like a tiny hive from above and below. So we cut bigger so that the queen doesn't run into another section. Well, helps prevent her running because she avoids the light. Anyway, let's see what this reveals, since the thermal camera doesn't read honey since there's not a mass of bees on it. Okay, these bees could not have made it harder if they tried. So they've gone in to the tightest of cavities, and you can see they've wrapped around the corner. Can we zoom in? There we go. So this is awesome. Literally made that one hard. At least that piece isn't supporting. I can take that out if I need to, because I suspect the queen's going to run into that cavity as I am forced to work from this end down. Yay, they're not going to like this. Okay, this hive is obviously frustrating. I've cut some comb out already, but the bees are jamming themselves in there so tight, it's actually making it really hard for me to cut the comb because I can barely even fit my hand in the gap. So I'm going to have to do what I try to avoid, which is bee vac the bees and then cut the comb and frame it up. That way the bees are out of the way, I can get my hand in without squishing bees or getting stung, and I can unite them in quarantine. But yeah, it's frustrating having to do it this way. I prefer to unite them on the site. I've pulled out 2 big slabs of brood and a little bit underneath there. I believe I vacuumed the queen already because the bees started looking for her, but I've been bee vacuuming for a while now. All we have is a little bit of comb left there, a little bit of comb left there, and you'll see some comb off to the right. And the question is, how far does it go down? Okay, not very far at all. Awesome. Okay, we'll do a bit more vacuuming, then we'll cut the last of the comb, and we're nearly done. Exciting times. Obviously there was a piece of timber there, just a blocker, not structural. So I will need to put it back in. When I say not structural, it stops sideways movement, but temporarily it's fine having it out. We've pretty much packed up. There's a fair couple of bees on the chandelier, and 1 or 2, maybe 3 bees in the cavity. So pretty much done. Unfortunately these ones missed the boat, but there we go. Okay, so that was where the hive was. That's the box. We've got some on the outside. Going to have to get my spray bottle, give them a spray so they think it's raining, and run in just so I can seal it. But there we go. Not bad at all.